I've picked the original colors. I think they were combined with the point blank original arcade, having the light blue one and the pink one. I really love the combination, and yeah, when it comes, already mentioned, is that it comes with some real feedback. The reason I chose for the Gun4ir is that the simple reason I know that they're going to have like good quality. Having two buttons at the side, metal buttons, is quite premium, and we can just match them to, let's say, certain things inside of the game when it comes to having the right image and with Windows gaming. However, when it comes to plugging this thing in, so this is not like a plug and play solution. Be clear about that. You need to get yourself like an image done, and you need to set up a good PC. But both of the guns are in different color, but also sound slightly different. But just doing a recap about the older ones, because I already reviewed Gun4ir, but those were more like the affordable options. This review has been dedicated to the Namco guns and how was my plug and play experience. So I was using that mainboard, that game assembly mainboard. That was not like the best overall solution when you're going to be spending quite a lot of money on these like Namco guns. So what I wanted to do is later on going to do a build with the Retro Beast, the light gun. This is a special hard drive dedicated to, let's say, a light gun solution. So I'm going to be setting it up with a good mini PC, and we're going to play even better games combined with the MAME hooker, but I already mentioned it a couple of times, so we're having like the best overall recoil experience. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so when it comes to Gun4ir, none of them are like super cheap solutions. So when it comes to the first one I've reviewed, they came with a very powerful solenoid and even a rumble option. There are different configurations, so take a note that also what kind of configuration and what kind of model, it also depends what kind of price. So Epic Electronic is the guy who actually mod these, and GB is the mastermind behind it, who made all of the technology possible. You need to combine this with the LEDs. You're going to be putting them around the monitor if you want to use it on a monitor, or they're just already implemented in an arcade machine like Daniel Spice does or some of the Chinese cabinets. However, when it comes to this particular model, they use high quality LEDs, so it's very important, because if you're going to be plugging this thing in, powering on with the USB, you do have like the best solution, because the good quality LEDs Raymond is actually selling brighter LEDs. It's going to be an overall better solution, and so it knows exactly where you're pointing it at. So putting it on the monitor, it's going to be a little bit of a cable nightmare, which you can see over here, but the cables are long enough for bigger monitors too. I'm just going to be using these clays, and it's super easy to remove them, so no double-sided tape is actually needed. As a child, I can still remember that I had these super jolt guns. Pretty damn awesome if you ask me, because we could play, like say, semi-arcade games with Time Crisis and had a lot of fun. The recoil is nothing to be compared with the Namcos from Gun4ir. Combining the LEDs on the monitor, or as I mentioned before, inside the arcade machine, we don't need a CRT anymore, so we can just use a very nice high definition flat screen. In total, this light gun weighs 596 grams, or almost 600 grams. So that's quite a nice weight when it comes to, let's say, the blue one. So let's do a quick look inside the weight of the pink one. Let's see if there's any difference there. So the pink one is slightly lighter, but not like a huge difference. But when it comes to the weight, you need to take consideration that this is one of the things you're going to be holding in your hand for quite a long time. It's good that I'm going to the gym. So cable wise, this is just a different way how you need to connect it, because we do have the barrel jack connection, just a typical barrel jack, nothing fancy. We have a USB that you're going to be plugging into your PC. However, when it comes to this is not 12 volt. So we need to like doing some different configuration. There are a couple of ways to go to. You can get yourself like a 24 volt adapter. This is not like the best premium out there. But I understand from, let's say, Gun4ir Raymond, that the 3 amp or as a minimum for one gun each, you need to get yourself like two 24 volt adapters. Good quality, you can buy them from separate places to basically give this thing some juice. If you're going to do it in an arcade machine, one other way to go to is get yourself just a basic 24 volts. Okay, there are different amps out there, so in total I think 5 amps, but I bought a little bit more, let's say, heavier version. And this thing comes with, and this is one of the things you need to be careful with. So you can see we're having 3 power rails. In other words, we can actually connect 3 of these light guns. We're not going to be doing that, but it's better than having, let's say, only one. So you always need to split both of the lines. So every gun needs to have an adapter or a power supply that have supports of 2 different lines. quick side-by-side comparison and a chit-chat about the previous model I've reviewed, and then we're going to be getting into the Namco ones. Okay guys, so the first gun I'm going to try is the G-Con. This is with the rumble function. And then we have the solenoids in the inside. So let's choose a game. Let's choose a mission 1, Buck Hunt. You can already hear it makes quite a lot of noise. You can adjust it in the software itself. So you have like less noise. So if you want to adjust that. But what I really like about the solenoids in general, that we do get the same experience that we had with the original game. Of course, we don't have like a huge machine gun now, but we do have like the same experience. So the G-Con 2 was more of a compact and smaller light gun solution with a different overall experience. I understand the new generation of the Gun4ir, the G-Con 2, does have like a same solenoid and all kind of cool features, but the combat design, I really loved it. It also comes with a built-in D-pad that can be very convenient, and all of the buttons you're going to be needing for like putting in a credit and etc. So the downside to this version I had some time ago is that it doesn't have a solenoid, and we only had some rumble feature. But the new version does have solenoid, and it sounds exactly the same like the G-Con 2. Or 1, yeah, I had a brain for it here. But let's take a close look at the ping gun, because both of them will have a different sound. So this is the ping one and the recoil. So what I really love about what he done with this, you can just use this thing for rapid fire, but also when it comes to like single shots. If you're just going to be using a single shot, is just fine. If you're going to be holding it for actually going to be into rapid fire, think like games like Revolution X or Terminator, you're getting the rapid fire. And I can tell you it's really noisy, and I can tell you the feedback on this thing is absolutely amazing. The same like in the arcades. Where both of them are Namco, let's say arcade ones, what is interesting that this one sounds kind of different. And I do like it, because when it comes to both of the light guns, you do have a very cool, let's say different sound effect. So when you're going to be pointing them to the screen itself, you're going to be activating, when you're going to be seeing the mouse cursor, then it's going to be activated like that. Now you can just actually see on screen they're having a mouse pointer, and the features are exactly the same. So with having a single shot, but if you're going to be using it in rapid fire, you can hold it. And yeah, it's absolutely amazing with games like Revolution X. And if you want to go full Rambo style with both of the light guns, this is just crazy. And I can tell you, oh boy, it makes a lot of noise, to the point that it's not going to be good for your ears. Okay, so when it comes to reloading, this can be a problem or a hit or miss when it comes to these, let's say, Namco guns and the games family. And this has to do because some of them need to have the button configured. But I'm lucky that this tiny one over here, exactly where my thumb is configured. So this works perfectly with the older House of the Dead. Where House of the Dead 2 works even better than part 1, because we can even use this for the pause button. Yeah, that's even possible. Oh. How could anyone do this? It's very simple. They eat their face! Ah! Okay, so let's switch to the Namco blue gun and let's see how this will play. The best thing would be getting in shotgun with Gun4ir in the future for this game only. Same button for reloading. Still, this thing makes so much more noise, but it is like even better. So when it comes to the sound itself, but it's of course personal. A lot of fun, and let's see. Oh, Lethal Force is such a classic game. There we go, come on. Woo. Nope, don't shoot him. Ah. Ah. First time I noticed it on the Ed Games arcade machine, and we didn't have a trackball or a light gun, but do have a trackball. But it's such a weird game. But the perfect of the rapid fire in combination with the way how fast you shoot, this is perfect. What a satisfying game this is. So this is going to be absolutely a lot of fun in the future playing with these, let's say, Namco light guns. So this is not for everyone. There are a lot of like cheap solutions out there that are just fine and you can just have a lot of fun with. But this is just the, let's say, the best you can get so far, I know. Thank you all for watching. Consider subscribing. Let me know, would you think this is worth the money for you? And it would be great to see you in the next video.